First of all, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the tree dedication ceremony for a wonderful person who, for probably over 25 years, has been community-minded as well as taking care of our youth. Johanna, we do really appreciate all your efforts and time. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done. You brought love, you brought help and understanding to probably 2,500 different kids over those years, and I'm sure it's more than that. But I certainly want to thank you. I'm a newcomer compared to you. I've only been involved with this 10 or 12 years, and it's just a great thing. It's very well appreciated. So let's move on, and our first speaker is Mickey.
Thank you, Doug, and thank you, everybody, for coming out today. One of the best parts of being an elected official is when we have the great honor of recognizing members of our community who have done such great work in and around Red Hook. And it's especially rewarding to me, Johanna, to honor and recognize you, who I regard as a friend. And with all of my heart, I consider you a friend. We want to thank you for your commitment to the children of Red Hook through your work, through the Parks and Recreation, Board of Education, and your years of work with young people. You instilled the love of learning in our youngsters at a very young age that has carried them through their graduation and is in part of why our Red Hook schools are such an excellent school district. I thank you personally for the advice that you gave to me with regard to special education and maneuvering around that system and getting our daughter some of the help that she needed there. And again, we're proud to say that not only did she, with your advice and help, get through graduating on time, going to Dutchess Community College, moving on to a 4-year college at Pace University and graduating cum laude. And the advice that we received from you and others in the school district did that. And you've helped countless other students. Your commitment to education, like I said, has been part of the excellence of learning at the school. So with that, I'm honored to read a proclamation from our county executive. And it says, the Dutchess County Executive, Marcus J. Molinaro, joins the Town of Red Hook Recreation Commission, honoring Johanna Moore for serving the youth and community of Red Hook for over 25 years. Thank you, dated April 26th, County Executive, Marcus Molinaro.
Thank you, Mickey. All right, next we have Nancy Gusky. For those that don't know Nancy, she's been on the tree committee for how many years? 6 years, and has planted a tremendous amount of trees. And she'll explain a little bit about the tree that we planted for you, Joanna.
Well, Joanna, we're planting, the description of the tree is ravishingly beautiful. And it is a Prunus accolade, which is one of the most popular cherries. And you know those beautiful trees in the house next to the diner, that right now they're in full blossom, and I'm certain that those are Prunus accolade. So it's a gorgeous tree, and there's no finer tribute than having a tree planted, especially for someone who's worked with children. Yes, I think there's no finer work than working with children. You've done so much for them, and I find I work with children, that they do a lot for us too. So it's our great pleasure to plant the tree for you, and I hope you'll come and visit it and spend time with your family here at the park, and congratulations.
All right, next we have Sue Crane, the town supervisor. Sue?
Good morning. It's my misfortune to follow two very good speakers. Forgive me that I'm going to be weak in that area, but following all the wonderful remarks, I can only say that my first recollection of you was my grandson graduating from Funshine Nursery School. And that's when I first became aware of you and your dedication to children. And I remember the sincerity with which you cried at the end of the ceremony that you were losing this group of little, children that were off to, kindergarten at that point. And I was really deeply touched by how much they meant to you. And then as I became a town board member and town supervisor, I was well aware that you were dedicated to the young children at the playground in the park. And we are so grateful for all those years of service. And want you to know that I acknowledge not only your dedication to those children, but acknowledge that you have raised an Eagle Scout or two. Is it two? I thought so. And that's not for nothing. That is a real achievement. And congratulations as a parent. That is a remarkable, remarkable achievement to both you and Bill. I wanted to thank you for continuing all of the people who are behind the scenes. There is a rec commission that has served tirelessly. Some of them are here today. There is, of course, John Kuhn, who works constantly on this park, making it as beautiful as it is today. It's a little bit wet, but it is an absolute jewel in Dutchess County. And if you want to talk to anybody in Dutchess County about parks to be admired, this is one. And we thank our community for that support. It's the community that raises the taxes and spends the money to see that we have the best place and safest place for our children to play and learn and grow. So we're grateful to them. I'm grateful to Harry Colgan, who is here today, who has served as the Rec Park and Rec Commission liaison for the town board. Thank you, Harry, for that work.
It's my pleasure.
Of course, Sue McCann is always with us, and thank you for coming, and Nancy Dusky for your wisdom about the tree. It's going to be gorgeous. I couldn't imagine anything nicer than having that tree planted for Johanna in the very place where you have worked so long. So I'd like to read it's really it's not a proclamation per se, but a recognition of you. The town of Red Hook, New York hereby recognizes Johanna Moore for her many years of committed service as director of the Red Hook Recreation Children's Playground Program. Her work has enriched our children's lives. In celebration of Arbor Day, April 26, 2014, we dedicate this tree and plaque at the very recreation site where children and parents enjoyed her dedication to youth education for more than 25 years. And it's signed by your town board with great affection and great esteem. Thank you for all you've done.
There's one person I also want to recognize today, and that's Bill, sitting behind Johanna. For those that don't know Bill, he's part of the VFW post and is very active in the community. And of course, behind every good woman, there's a good man. I'd also like to take recognition because I want you to, I'm going to list all the Rec Park Commission members. Some of them are here. And I know from them, they'd like to extend a sincere thanks as well. Hollis Cochran, Tom Gilbert, who's here, Charlie Nugent, Yvonne Trichetti, Shannon Miller, who's also here, Melissa Germano, and we have two student reps this year, Nick Carlson and Haley Miller, who are on the Rec Commission. And of course our town board liaison, Harry Colgan. Seems to make all our meetings too. Anyway, we'd also like to thank John Kuhn. I don't know where he's at. Oh, there he is. I thought he was working out there. He's trying to get the fields ready. We want to thank him and all his staff for all the efforts they put in to the park as well. With that, we'd like to invite everybody to walk over to the tree. We'll take the plaque and we'll plant it. All right? Thanks, everybody.
So we felt it befitting that this tree be planted and a plaque in Johanna's honor for all the work she's done, so that all the children that come after will see her name and remember her. And we are grateful to her for coming today. The plaque reads, Johanna Moore, in recognition of years of dedicated service to the community and the youth of Red Hook Day. So congratulations, Johanna. And then I'm going to call on her. She would like to say a few words.
So let's see how oh, that's easy. For those who know me, this is way more than the fanfare that I'm used to. And so I'd like to thank you, Sue, and the Rec Commission, and Mickey, and Doug, and John especially, because, you know, and I started with Linda Kuhn over there. We spent many a summer together in the very beginning, and Sue Mead, and I couldn't do this without a team of dedicated child care providers. And over the years, I worked with a lot of wonderful people, and kids who came and volunteered their time once they aged out, and I got to really know them. And what a special community we have of kids, and so that I will miss a lot. And so a tree is befitting. In Scouts, Sue had, it's funny that you mentioned scouting, we always talked about the inner and the outer journey of a tree, and the lessons that you learned. We used to call it stump time, and so the outer bark and its outer elements reflect kind of what's going on around us and what's happening in our community, and it weathers many storms. And the inner journey reflects its life, and the life here that's bred with our youth is very exciting. They're very talented, they're fun to be with. I think what I'll miss most is the communication with them. You know, this is a digital age where they're all texting one another and like that, but through board games and recreation, they learn to get along and navigate in a sandbox and share ideas. And those little boys at the Lego table, and what creative designs they made out of Legos, and the board games, and not cheating, you know, and not saying look over there and move a piece, you know. So, you know, and the arts and crafts. And we did a talent show like Rex Got Talent, and all the kids came in underneath the pavilion. Aaron and Dennis can remember that, and they applauded and they sang and they danced, and everybody thought it was just wonderful, and we did too. And so we have a truly special community, and if we all work together, then lots of wonderful things can come out of Red Hook. And so thank you very much for this honor, and I will truly
From 1958. Fifth grade, Ronnie Dressel was in it, and Don was in it. So I don't know, did Ronnie got left back then, right? Ronnie, okay. Yeah, because it was to play football on Troy's lawn. We're going in the back and play baseball, right?
Father, I remember, I always remember liking